All right, guys, I've said I'm going to do it every year and I have yet to ever actually do it. But guess what? Today we are starting homeschool record keeping for the 2025-2026 homeschool year, and I'm super proud of myself. So let's go. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in planning mode, about to enter our 9th year of homeschooling. And with that comes some really, really important milestones, like I will have an 8th grader. So in an effort to prepare, I am doing something I have said that I would do that I have never actually done, which is get a jump early, efficiently, simply, and easily on homeschool record keeping. So guys, guess what? Here we go. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. And I am always happy down in the comments to chat with you, help you out. I know that I'm in Texas, so record keeping is not required of me. It has never been in our homeschool journey. I don't have to track attendance. I don't have to track grades. I don't have to do any of that. For the last couple of years, at the end of the school year, I've gone in and kind of retroactively made notes and kept up with what we are doing. The reason that I have started doing that is because my oldest, who is going to this year enter into 8th grade. So I need to be prepared. There have been comments that maybe she wants to attend public school. So I need to have my ducks in a row, knowing that I have prepared her as best as humanly possible to transition either to whatever's next. So whether that be college or into a public school, I need to know that I have done the absolute best job that I can. I need to be documenting that in real time to make sure that we are setting her up for success. Not to mention, she did already take Algebra 1 last year, so I need to get on transcripting, which is going to come very soon. And don't worry, I fully intend for that to be simple and easy as well. Now, there may be a lot of people who look at my record keeping system and go, oh my gosh, that's garbage. Oh my gosh, you're not doing enough. Oh my gosh, that would never fly in my state. But guess what? I don't have to adhere to those same types of structures and rules. So I've done quite a bit of research and I've come up with a template that I feel like serves me well and is easy to use. And I am happy to share it with you. It was available in our June newsletter. And if I'm feeling a little generous, I will also likely link it in our August newsletter. So be sure that you have signed up on our website page, right down in the description box. And I'll try to remember to put it right up here. Go to the contact form and just put it in. Get on our mailing list. And that is where I share all kinds of things. What it has happened, what will be happening, just a little snippets from my personal life, deals, offers, templates, all of that. So be sure to get signed up for our newsletter. It just comes out once a month, so it's not a lot of high pressure or stress or anything like that, but just keep it in mind. So this year, I am going to do this on the front end to make my life easier, to have it be a little bit more simple, but also because I will be grabbing some of this stuff and sticking it in a transcript anyway. So I want to be sure that while I am looking at the course descriptions or how many lessons that we have to do our year planning, I'm just going ahead and kind of multi-purposing that effort, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, if you will, and grabbing that information and throwing it right into my record keeping template so that I'm a little better prepared. So we did do this again retroactively. I shared with you just probably a month ago about my record keeping for the previous year, but in this year, I'm going to start early. I'm gonna do it early. So I'm just adding it right into my full month of planning videos for July. I believe every single video this month will be some form of planning. And so we're starting with our entire homeschool year record keeping, starting transcripts, planning Mom and Me Monday, our group subjects, planning out the flow for 4th and 8th, what our individual weeks will look like. It is all planning. And again, if you want those free and available templates, I do have a page over on my website, as well as some that I don't have listed there will be available in my newsletter. So keep up with that. Now, this isn't something that I'm going to keep up with every day. I'm not going to put every single grade on there. I will only be putting in unit tests, chapter tests, big paper grades, things like that that are really important, and keeping those all in one place. I personally prefer digital because it's just easier to keep up with. So that is how I am building this, how I am setting up, and my intent to go forward. So, and you guys know that the reason that I do this, same thing with my homeschool planning, I don't want to touch it all the time. If I'm expecting myself to touch it all the time, every week, every day, it is not going to happen, okay? And I do not need to be able to show what we did every single day. Especially for transcripting, it is kind of the big overview. And don't get me wrong, I will be putting way more information in there than is included in any kind of public school or private school transcript. But I feel like it's going to be a little easier to kind of like prove our worth if it came down to it, if I am under promising and over delivering. That is my goal. I want to make sure that we never have a hiccup. I want to make sure that if at any point we are provided an opportunity where this is going to come up, that I have it ready to go. I have seen a lot of people commenting on Facebook pages and things for homeschoolers and high schoolers that they then had to go back and find that stuff, that what they had done wasn't good enough. So they had to go back and find more of that information. My intent, especially with it being digital, is that I can just grab those course descriptions, scope and sequence, grades. I can, take pictures and compile PDFs and JPEGs of finished work. I can link straight to publisher websites. Like, I want to make sure that anybody at any point at any time could roll up in here, want to see this, and I have my ducks in a row and my covered, okay? So that is my goal and that is my intent for the transcript. So I'm going to go ahead and start that early with my record keeping. So let's pop on over and I'm going to give you a look at how I'm setting it up for both my 8th grader and my 4th grader for the upcoming 2025-2026 school year.
Okay, guys, so as you can see here, I have my Canva templates opened up on the left-hand side of the screen, and I have one set up for each child, as you can see. And then basically, this is the same editable template that I have available for you that I did link in my printables link up in the corner. But as you can see, this is how I have been keeping my records for the last couple of years, but I've consistently filled them out after the fact. And so I am trying to be a better person and doing ahead of the game. Now, as you can see on my right-hand side, I have open every tab that I could possibly need for the things that we're using this coming year. So this is how I keep my records if you haven't seen it before. So I go in and make one of these templates for every year, and I basically just grab the course info from the various places that you can find it on the internet, and I just drop it right into this template. Now, as far as record keeping goes, I feel like this is really great. Now, remember, I'm in Texas, so I don't actually have anybody who's checking over this or I have to do anything. However, I do have an upcoming video coming up about transcripts and how I'm starting with that because we've already got some high school credit under our belt, and I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I possibly can. Now, I feel like my record keeping is going to come in really handy for use as a portfolio. So my homeschool portfolio, I can just simply, for every single year that I have, I can fill out my record keeping template that I've got here and then compile that along with samples of work, grades, transcript, compile it all together to have it completely ready for, external review. And I am doing this because I would rather have too much than not enough. I would rather start early than too late. And I want it to look as incredibly professional as possible. So we are going to be getting every bit of detail, every bit of anything that we could possibly need into this storage method. So I'm going to be doing digital storage with all of my records. And again, compiling in samples of work, especially when it comes to like the graded assignments and things like that, so that I can back up and justify all of the course description, scope and sequence, as well as the grades that I am transitioning over onto our transcript. This is my plan for how I'm going forward. So homeschool record keeping / homeschool portfolio is going to make my life easier by being able to plug and play when it comes to the transcript. And as you can see, guys, it is so easy to fill this out without this video being sped up at all. It took me start to finish about 45 minutes for both kids. on the group subjects, I'm literally just copying and pasting right from one to the other. So if you have any questions at all, I'm happy to answer them. I do feel like this homeschool record keeping, like once I kind of put my nose down to the grindstone and got on doing it, saved so much time. And I know that I'm going to be doing myself a huge favor by actually doing this at the start of the year, before the start of the year, instead of on the back end like normal. But again, I'm plugging this in soon and sharing with you transcripts for beginners, hoping to avoid those kind of mistakes and pitfalls that do come along with transcripts. As you know, homeschool transcripts are held to a higher standard. So that is my plan. That is my intent. So this is my super simple, easy, time-saving method for homeschool record keeping and homeschool portfolio building.
There you go, guys. It is that simple. It is that easy. Just grab, click, copy, paste, and go on with life. Like I said, I will be circling back every time we have a unit test or a paper grade or something like that and throwing that stuff in there so that I can compile most easily a finalized grade, which I can then dump onto transcripts for the future. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. If I can't help you, someone else here can. If you have experience in any of the things, the pain points that I have mentioned, talking about it not being enough or talking about you needing something different, drop those in the comments too. Again, I don't have experience doing this. I am kind of just hedging my bets that I'm doing enough and that future Shanna will see that it all works out. But if you have real life, real world experience on these bigger kids getting into these programs and things like that, please, please, please share, because that's just not a perspective that I have yet. However, I do want to make sure that if you, like me, are starting out on this journey of record keeping and transcripting and things like that, that I am sharing with you what I am doing along the way so that I can hopefully help you make your life a little easier, as well as, like I have said 1,000 times, it is so hard to find what we need for our specific unique voices. And as someone who knows how I am, that I want to prioritize less and get more out of it, I hope that we can come together and really compile our resources and share those things. If you have a transcripting service or something that you've used, or again, any experience at all, drop it in the comments. Remember that links don't always go through, so try to like spell it out because YouTube will automatically hold like .coms and things like that. So yeah, I hope this was helpful for you. Don't forget, if you want those templates, to get on the mailing list for my August newsletter, and I will send them back out. Okay? Okay. I think that's it. Wish us luck. Super excited to get started into 8th grade. I don't know, last year was just wild and hard, and it was heavy, and everybody told me everyone was off track and things just didn't do the way they have done or should have did. And so I am looking forward to jumping in headfirst to this next year. And I have done such a good job, I feel like, at this point, of prioritizing simple and easy. And I am excited to share it with you because there's so much push, so much noise for more. You have to do every practice, and practice isn't good enough. You've got to do a private lesson, and that's not good enough. You have to do an intensive. I want to be the voice of reason that reminds you literally of quality over quantity. So I hope that you get that from me. I hope that I can display that well. And I hope that we can come together and just compile our resources, because that is what I think makes this truly, truly special, collaborative, and helps make, I know, my homeschool journey possible. So there you go. Bye, guys.